Hello everyone and welcome to Udimking Education Foundation, where we build self-confidence in our students. Have you ever noticed how the world around us changes shape just because of a shift in the weather or the heat of a fire? Today, we are exploring a powerful law of nature that affects almost everything we touch, see, and use. It is called thermal expansion. In simple terms, thermal means heat and expansion means getting bigger. So thermal expansion is just a fancy science phrase for what happens when things grow or spread out because they get hot. Think of it this way. Imagine a group of people sitting tightly together on a bench on a cold morning. They stay still to keep warm. But if the afternoon sun becomes blazing hot, everyone starts restless moving, shifting around, and spreading out to get some breathing room. That is exactly what atoms do. When a substance absorbs heat, as you can see on the screen, its tiny building blocks, atoms, vibrate faster and push each other apart. Because the atoms take up more space, the entire object expands. Now here is a golden rule to remember for your physics exams and daily life. Thermal expansion affects all three states of matter. Solids expand, liquids expand, and gases expand. In fact, gases expand the most because their atoms are already free to fly around, while solids expand the least because their atoms are locked tightly together. In this video series, we will break down how this happens in solids, liquids, and gases separately. But first, let's see where this happens around us every single day. Let's start right inside our homes. Have you ever struggled to open a tight metal lid on a glass jar? Your hands slip and your muscles ache. What is the trick? You run hot water over the metal lid. Because metal expands much faster and more than glass when heated, the lid grows slightly larger and loosens instantly. It pops right off. That is thermal expansion working as your kitchen assistant. Another home example is a warning. If you pour boiling hot water into a thick glass cup, it might suddenly crack. Why? The inside of the glass gets hot and expands quickly, but the outside of the thick glass stays cold and doesn't expand yet. This uneven pulling forces force the glass to break. Let's take one more example before we end this video clip. Now let's step out onto the streets. If you look closely at railway tracks, you will notice they are not laid as one continuous piece of steel. Engineers deliberately leave small gaps between the rails. On a blazing hot afternoon, the intense heat causes the heavy steel rails to expand and grow longer. Those little gaps give the steel room to stretch safely. Without those gaps, the expanding rails would crush against each other, buckle, bend out of shape, and cause terrible train accidents. In the next video clip, we will look at the overhead electric cables, concrete slabs, and a few more. See you then.
Udimking Education Foundation. Building confidence, ending examination malpractice for a better tomorrow.
We are building a better tomorrow.
Join us in shaping futures through integrity and education.